Welcome back, YouTubers. This is Alessandro from ThoseYGOguys. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about is what would be the outcome for, or what to expect for Worlds and all that stuff. I know it's very early to take a wild guess at Worlds since it's like more than a month from now from the video I'm making, of course. But I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and make a video while I'm still in that mindset before I forget, while I'm working a lot with my job and all that. So I might as well go ahead, get it out, and continue on with my life. So, as you guys have heard the news, or if not, I will go ahead and spell it out. The North American World Championship Qualification Tournament 2012, the winner is Windups by Tyler Tapman. Congratulations to him and all. But I've been hearing a few people have been saying around the internet, saying like, yeah, Windups are going to win Worlds. They're going to go all the way. And sorry to rain on your parade, guys, but it's not going to happen. Why do I say that Windups will not have a chance of winning Worlds? Well, we have to take into a factor that you're dealing with a lot of good duelists. Well, at least I assume they're supposed to be good since they got into the Worlds from around the world. So don't think just because you won in one area, like one continent tournament, does not mean that you're gonna think the whole world's gonna be the same way. Because the whole mindset of the meta around the world is so different from other places. Like, Americans, the way we think, the meta is so much different from what the other metas that other people think around the world. Let's compare ours to Japan. Both metas are different. And stuff like that. So, what is my prediction on the decks that will have a very high chance on winning Worlds? Well, I'm going to go ahead and make a wild guess. And the deck I believe that has the best chance of winning Worlds is Insectors. I know some of you TCG people or North American people are probably gonna laugh at me saying, "Yeah, right. Insectors? You think Insectors are gonna win because just like that?" Well, why do you think Insectors win? Because Insector did absolutely nothing in the North American TCG meta. That's true, but like I said, we're dealing a whole entire world. This is a whole different story. Plus, not to mention, while we're going to the World Championship Tournament, we have to keep in mind, which I will inform you guys, that when you go to the World Championship Tournament, you have to have both the OCG and TCG, the players from different metas and all that, must have play a common card pool set. You cannot play cards that have been that's been for OCG or cards that's been exclusively to TCG. For example, you cannot run Tour Guide from the Underworld at Worlds. That's one good example. It's been stated out. I had to find a link for that rules, but I talked to well, actually, I watched one video from Great Falls, Montana, and I was like, oh wow, that could change things up, and that can really limit down to certain decks that have a really good potential on winning at Worlds. So, why do I think Insectors win? Well, let's go back and check. What deck that keeps Insectors in check? Dino-Rabbits. Dino-Rabbits keep Insector decks in check, well, at least in TCG, because why? We have Dolka. Dolka is really a big, huge behemoth monster that can really make Insector monster want to go back to the larval form and just beg for mercy, leave them alone. But guess what? Evolzar Dolka is not going to be allowed in Worlds. So that crossed things out. On top of that, Tour Guide is not gonna be allowed, so no tour guide play into Levier to fetch the rabbit. So that really crossed Dino Rabbits out of the blue, right there. Just scratch it off the list. Windups. You can't use, if you go to Worlds, you can't use like Shark, Rabbit, and on top of that, Tour Guide. So that really cuts you by a good margin. So you're gonna have to, well, if you want to still play windups, you're gonna have to convert into an OCG style. Like I've seen some windup decks in the OCG that's been pretty interesting. Instead of using the windup Shark, Rabbit, and that kind of stuff, I've been seeing they've been using Gilosaurus, Marauding Captain, that kind of stuff. Which one do I think is better? I don't know. I haven't tested both of them out. I haven't been on Dueling Network in months. So that's kind of like, I cannot really say much about it. Chaos Dragon, I think that also has a good chance, but with Tour Guide not being allowed at Worlds, that's going to be a tricky part, because the one thing about Chaos Dragon that, and really I don't really rely on wager your bet on Chaos Dragon to win Worlds, is because Chaos Dragon has a tendency to be somewhat inconsistent. What do I mean by that? Well, it's easy to dump lights. You got Fake Veiler, you got like the Light Swarms with the Solar Recharge, that's easy. The real tricky part is getting the dark into your graveyard. And that's where things get a little bit, that kind of stuff. But, so, it's not impossible. They had to, redefine the deck a little bit and all that. But Insectors, why do I think Insectors will do well? Because really, they have pretty much almost everything they need to become a really good deck. I mean, the only thing that do certain like TCG duelists won't be allowed for Insector deck would be like Tour Guide, Insector Horn. I mean, not Hornet. Definitely, you're allowed to use Hornet. Grasshopper, my bad. Grasshopper, or is it Hopper? Insector Hopper. Well, you know who I'm talking about. Zeta Hog, which that's irrelevant. Because really the big, huge equipped spell card for Insectors is Excalibur, the one that promotes the OTK style. So, and plus, the Insector deck at the OCG is so much different from the TCG. And when you go to Japan, be ready, duelists who, for those of you who are qualified to Worlds, let me give you a heads up news. Be ready for Insector decks, because in Japan, they are very dominant in the OCG. Like, I'm not kidding you. I lost count of how many times they won the tournaments. Or, like, how many of them are in the tournament, because there are just so many. It's like a freaking infestation of Insectors. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like some sort of reference of the Human Centipede, even bigger. It's kind of creepy in a way, but right in front of me on my computer screen, I have what shows me what Insector deck generally in the OCG generally follow is they usually follow a similar style of the second Kuwanoi, I think I pronounced that one right, championship tournament. So this is what they have somewhat similar, because they're kind of going down the same pattern. So I will put that link down below in the description box. So for those of you who are curious how the OCG played their Insector decks, you can take a look at their card pool set, and then you'll probably get a better idea how they run. And do I really think Insectors will 100% win the Worlds once again? They have the best chance, that's for sure, but I won't say that they will win for sure, because it really depends on the players who are participating and what is their meta call. So I'm very interested in seeing what will be Tyler Tapman's meta call for our world. So this is going to be very interesting. I'll be very excited to take a look at what's going on at Worlds through Konami's coverage, even though it's kind of a little bit but it is what it is. I mean, if you don't have the money to go to Japan, just take a look at yourself. I mean, that's pretty much you're limited down to. But, guys, what do you guys think about it? Well, then again, I wonder if you can use levels now, because I'm beginning to wonder about that. I think so. Well, I'm a little bit off topic, so guys, comment down below what you guys think on what decks will have a really good chance of winning Worlds, and also don't forget to subscribe up above this video. Don't forget about that one. Also, thumbs up, not thumbs out, thumbs up, please. And stay tuned for ThoseYGOguys. I'm Alessandro, I'm your host, and I'll see you guys later. See you later. Bye.